This week at the House of Mario, Josh and I are going to be talking about Pokemon since we got to sit down and watch a Pokemon Presents. We've been playing classic Pokemon. We're just enjoying Pokemon, mainly to celebrate its 30th anniversary. Makes me feel a little bit old thinking about it. I'm a little bit older than Pokemon, but not much. God, Josh, do you feel old? But don't worry, keeps us young at least. But if you want to hear more about that, come on in. Sorry, Josh, cut you off. G'day everybody and welcome to the House of Mario, the South Australian Nintendo podcast that is backed by a 120 Power Star rating. I'm your host, Drew Agnew, and the doors to episode 352 are open. Like I said, very excited to talk about Pokemon. I've been playing pretty much nothing but Pokemon this weekend, so what better way to cap it off than talk about it with JT. Oh no, Josh or JT if you like. The JT part took over then, Josh. JT took precedent.
Well,
after all this time.
Well, I think you like it more. Feels like you like it more.
Yeah, obviously I like. So
wrong there.
I like. JT, how you going, mate?
Correct. Pretty good, thank you. Yeah, Pokemon turned 30. Pretty crazy. I've had all these anniversaries for Mario and we've got Zelda and Pokemon 30. Pretty crazy to think about. You know, long time ago with the red and blue. Here we are now, Gen 10 getting revealed. Pokemon and Nintendo, they've learnt their ways a little bit, haven't they? 2027, eh? We'll get into it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's promising to see that 2027. I guess we'll jump straight into that aspect of it. But man, when it said 2027, I'm like, really? Like in some ways I was happy to see it. The other ways I'm like, I don't want to know about it this early then. I kind of might as well save it to next year.
Yeah, well, unless it's like, is it going to be November next year? It's always a November game, isn't it? Like end of the year. So it'd be very surprising if it wasn't. But, you know, do we get it mid or early next year? Like, you know, like the Legends games have been somewhat, Arceus was out of sync like that. So I really don't know. But, you know, like it's good to know they're going to take their time with this one because last year would have been the 3 years since Scarlet and Violet's. And that's obviously been and gone. And this year would have been 4 years. And I think most people, myself included, was thinking, yep, 4 years probably sounds about right. But no, they're going to take at least 4.5 to 5 years, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Means they're going to be really polished, Drew.
Or all of their resources are just going to Beast of Reincarnation. And they're like, look, this thing they got to do for Nintendo, it's pushed into the back. That could be it too. But no, I'm feeling pretty hopeful about it. I feel good about it being a bit of a wait. So that is quite nice. But yeah, I'm just very keen to talk about winds and waves. So let's jump straight to that part of it. When you were watching it, Josh, what did you think? Because having a bit more time to think about it, I'm looking forward to it. It's so far away, so I'm kind of a little bit just like, oh look, I don't have to think about it right now. But from what I saw, it looks good. Quite an improvement over Scarlet and Violet, but also, you know, it's probably not that difficult to try and one-up that.
The bar's low.
Yeah, the bar's pretty low, that's
Correct.
right. But when I was watching it, like, I was kind of, mind you, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning our time when I was watching it. So I'm sat there watching it, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, yeah, cool. Like, it retains that Scarlet and Violet art style, which hasn't been my favorite over the course of the Pokemon franchise. I don't hate it necessarily, but it's also not my favorite. So I think maybe if it was a bit more cell shaded or something like that, it would have gotten a bit more of a pop out of me. But for the most part, I think it looks great. Just like, I guess the physics or whatever they've got going on with the waves and the wind. I think that's the thing that caught me the most. Just when the player character's holding their hat down when they're running through like the windstorm. I'm like, huh. Look at that. That was a nice little animation they got going for your player character there. But yeah, I don't know. What did you think?
Water looks amazing.
It does. It does look good.
The water physics, great. Yeah. You know, like the bar was low, so whatever they came up with is going to be pretty good, like look better in comparison, but it looks good. Like it genuinely looks like a good game, like visually from the outset. So, um, like I think tick that's the first thing, and I think a bit of reassurance that yes, it is going to look a lot better than Scarlet and Violet, which everyone's begging for. Like whilst that was a fun game, like the visuals hurt your eyes, they made them bleed, and this definitely won't be the case. At least in this, it's probably only going to look better, really, from the early build that we've just seen. There potentially could be, nearly 2 years worth of polish coming up for this title going forward. So, looks really fun, out and open. A lot of underwater stuff as well. So this will be like the first 3D entry where we can do like diving and things like that. I haven't done that in ages. So that's a really cool mechanic. Yeah, I just think it looks really fun, really great, and they've learnt their lesson. Pokemon Company, Game Freak, Nintendo, they've all worked it out, which is really, really good to see. So yeah, I can't wait.
Hopefully, yeah. I don't want to say they've they've worked it out just yet. Who knows? It might. Yeah, we don't know until we play the game. But yeah, it seems like at least that they listened a little bit, or Nintendo listened, or whatever. But
whatever. Put their foot down, Nintendo.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like Nintendo's probably Game Freak always they cop the heat of the wrath from like the Pokemon fan base, but ultimately it is Nintendo who's like, look, we want a game every year, or look, we want you to take 5 years and just make fantastic games, take your time. Like it is ultimately them. They're the ones that hold the trademark. So I feel like they don't get the blame as much as they probably should. But yeah, no, it seems good all around. So also, Josh, like the rumors, or not even the rumors, the leaks, they were right.
Leaks.
Yeah, they got the name, they got the concept of diving, and there's other things that we don't know about yet that were in the leaks, and those mechanics do seem very interesting. It'll be fascinating to see how that turns out over time. But the region, which we don't know the name of, being based on what seems like Indonesia, or a similar. I'm pretty sure it would be Indonesia, but who knows?
Archipelago kind of type thing.
Yeah, the Maldives, or something like that, something tropical with lush greenery and different biomes and all of that. No, it's I'm excited to try it. We don't know if it's going to be turn-based either, just from what they've shown us there. But in the leaks, it did say what Game Freak were going for with the game, but. Just in case people are sensitive to that type of stuff, now that the game has actually been shown. Don't have to say it here, but exciting stuff. Yeah, I'm looking forward to throwing balls at little monsters and claiming them for myself. The starters, Josh. What were your first impressions? The starters flashed up on screen. What was your first sort of thought about them all, and which one did you sort of gravitate towards?
So I'm usually default to the grass. So a grass chicken looks pretty cool to me. I'm pretty excited to see how that turns out. And then Ponbon, whatever it's called, that's going to be very. I think I'm going to get like Vulpix Ninetales vibes with that one, with the final evolution potentially with that. We'll see.
You'll stand up and just become a big strong man. You'll be a firefighting type.
Yeah. Well, I hope not. And then the water gecko, I feel like, I don't know, I'm a bit more hesitant on that because I feel it's been done a little bit. So not as sure on that one. So yeah, I don't know. I love Sprigatito last time, and I hated its evolutions, and I refused to evolve my Sprigatito in Violet. So let's see what I do in this one. So I like the bin chicken for now, the grass chicken. See how we go.
Okay, well, great minds think alike. That's the one I gravitated towards straight away. Just
nice.
Pops up on screen. I'm like, what is that chicken? What is that bird? And then like its name flashes across the screen. It's like Brout. I'm like, Brout. All right, let's go. Like if you put it next to an Angry Bird, it really does look like they just ripped off Angry Birds and put it in the game.
Yes, definitely.
Which I don't know.
Yeah,
it might take away from it, but Angry Birds is so 2010. We've moved on. It can just be the Pokemon. But if Angry Birds was the phenomenon that it once was, and it was still in like the forefront of our minds, that's when it might be a little bit more like, all right, it kind of looks like it's in the wrong franchise a little bit. But
Yeah, and enough time's passed for us to not really think about that, so that's good.
yeah, Rovio's like, all right, we need to check. We need to check from your Game Freak. Don't
Mm,
know what's going on there, but
yes.
I think I do like them all. I quite like Getquert as well. That one grew on me over time, over the last few days, and Pombon as well. Pombon's probably my least favorite, but I quite like it as well. It is kind of
Yep.
just an orange dog, to be honest. Like it really,
I mean,
yeah,
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 and the main thing is the final evolutions, isn't it? So,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you just wanna hope, yeah, they're not all on their 2 feet. You want some of them to be on 4s and, bit of variety compared to what we've had in previous centuries
Yeah.
recently.
And I'm very open minded now after Generation 5. Because Snivy was my favorite one off the bat. Chose him. And like Superior, I liked it, but I didn't love it. But
Yeah,
like Oshawott, I hated Oshawott like when it was first announced.
really.
And now Oshawott is one of my favorite Pokemon. That is, if I
Mm,
ever go back to the Unova region, I won't even think about choosing another one. Um,
yep.
Oshawott is by far my favorite Pokemon. Not my favorite Pokemon, but one of my favorite Pokemon. My favorite starter out of
You
those three.
you appreciate it a lot more now than
Yeah,
before.
yeah, like
Yep.
it helps seeing what it evolves into, but also like actually
Yeah.
using them in the game. Like you can use the most ugly thing that you hate the most, but just how the Pokemon games work when you're actually raising it yourself and using it on your team and all of that. It certainly goes towards you like liking them more and bonding with them. As
Yep.
corny as that sounds, but yeah, it works
Oh, for sure.
through the
Definitely.
gameplay. So yeah, I'm looking forward to
Definitely.
playing with these little fellas when the game comes out next year. So
Next year, could be a whole, year and a half or longer. Could be a long time.
mm, yeah, and
Long, long time.
I am sort of going off just the thought that yes, it is going to be coming out the following November. Like this isn't going to be a
Yeah.
February like Legends Arceus type of release. It's going to be a long wait. So yeah, while I'm happy that we saw the game, because if this Pokemon Presents was without like the Generation 10 reveal, we really wouldn't have been sat down to really watch much. It would have just been, oh yeah, update on Pokopia, which wasn't really needed, and yeah, some other things which are like, oh yeah, nice, but not worth like sat through watching it all necessarily. So yeah,
Nothing brand new. Like, it was like, what, NSO for, like, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, which is really cool, but, like, that's still, like, sometime in March, nothing too specific, and then, um, yeah, a lot of stuff we knew already, like Pocopia coming out, but, like, slightly new tidbits of information, so it's just marketing stuff, isn't it? So it did need the Gen 10 reveal at the end, didn't it? And it felt right for the 30th
mm,
anniversary to announce something like that.
yeah. Like if I was a part of the team, like, all right, do we do it or not? I'm like, yes, let's do it because
Yeah.
let's start this marketing rollout and get it going. Get the fans, make them happy, make them upset. Whatever the reaction will make money, so who cares? Just get it going. I've got kids
Yeah,
to put
that's
through
right.
college in a few years. They've got to make some cash.
Shareholders to make happy, Drew.
Yeah,
All about the
shareholders.
shareholders.
Absolutely. Got to keep those shareholders happy.
Yes. Yes. Correct.
I dare say they are pretty happy. They're like, release the ROMs. We need more money. Release the ROMs.
Oh, that they just they would have wanted it last year. They would want every 3 years as shareholders. I don't care how the graphics look,
Yeah, no,
because Pokemon fans would just buy it anyway.
it's true. We will. We will.
Quickly.
Yeah. So yeah, exciting stuff. Generation 10 winds and waves with some nice water and some nice wind. It's going to be good stuff. But let's talk about the other little things just from this before we get into Fire and Leaf Green, Josh. I know you like Nintendo knickknacks, and you buy a few of them. We got another Nintendo knickknack here, Josh. We got a little Game Boy that you can put in little cartridges that each play a song from the original Pokemon title. And it's available on the My Nintendo store here in Australia, in the Pokemon Center as well, other parts of the world that support that. Is
Mhm.
this something that tickles your interest? Does this get a little feather under your neck and make you go, ooh, to get the wallet out? Because for me, when they first shown this, Josh, I'm like, holy shit. They're releasing like a little Game Boy you can play red and blue on. Like, oh my God. But it quickly like, oh no, wait, no, it's not that. And it didn't click until after they shown it where it's like, wait, this thing literally comes with 45 cartridges, each with just one song from the game. So for me, I look at this and be like, man, if it was just like the Game Boy that played music and you could like select the music, I'd be like, yeah, why not? But I don't know what I'm going to do with 45 little mini cartridges. I don't know. It just seems like such a waste of space. But yeah, what's your take on this? Is this something you want to get or?
Drew, I do not understand this at all.
Okay.
I had a similar version. I had a similar idea to you, thinking, oh, it's a mini Game Boy. Oh, that's cool. If I can play red and blue on that, that's a cool thing. And it's something different, but I just don't understand it. Like it just to me, it makes no sense, and it seems antiquated, like excessively plastic.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell the point is.
So for me, it's a pass. I'm like, I'm not going to be, and it's $110 Australian. I don't know. I just, for me, it's just, it just didn't click for me, which is really like, yeah, it's just interesting. So yeah, I have no intention of getting this at all.
Yeah, I was just baffled by it because, like, yeah, actually seeing a picture of it listed on the store, it's got like literally the pile of cartridges. So I'm like, if you keep it in the box as a display piece, like you're a collector, you got your special editions lined up on your shelf, and this would be a good thing for that if you keep it in the box. But it's a very expensive thing just to keep in the box, and I would actually want to actually interact with it, but yeah, I just do not really see a use case for it, like at all. I'm kind of like I don't no. I got no idea what you want me to do with this thing apart from keep it in the box. Whereas, yeah. Kind of bewildered by it, to be honest. They got Junichi Masuda to come out and everything. Like, hey, look, we're doing this. You know, the Pokemon creative fellow who's directed some of my favorite games. They got him out, the composer for Pokemon, for many, many years. And this is what he's come up with in his creative fellow role. So, all right. Well, thanks for that. You go back to the drawing board, you put a circuit board in this bad boy, and you load up some Pokemon ROMs on this thing, and you sell it back to me for twice the price. Then we'll be right.
It's odd. Like, I'm sure there's definitely gonna be people who could buy it, and yep, good for them. But for me, it didn't make sense to me. So, yep, won't be getting this one.
Yeah, because you know me, Josh. I love my little handhelds. They would have had me just the second.
Oh. 100%.
Like you can get like I've got another one recently in the last thing. I got like a real tiny one. What's this one called? I think it's just called the Pixel or something. Like you get like little tiny things that can play ROMs and music and all sorts of things. I got this one basically as like basically an iPod. Like have a few games on it, but this is where I want to put my music collection. But I keep in like my FLAC format because I want to start like putting together my music collection. So I'm like, if they did something like that, that would be a little bit more exciting for me. But it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is, Josh. Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness that's coming to Switch 2 next week. A part of Nintendo Switch Online. They're not going to sell that to us separately. So yeah, have you played this one? Have you played XD?
I have. I bought this on the GameCube. So I got a GameCube in like 2004. So I was pretty late to the party when it came to GameCube, and this game came out in 2005. So I got it straight away, and this has a special spot in my heart because this is like pretty much a full-on Pokemon RPG without the wild Pokemon. You got to catch Shadow Pokemon instead. Like it's before we got Sword and Shield, this was what Nintendo Pokemon Company's version of a 3D Pokemon game looked like, and it holds up really well. It's really fun. It's in the OR region. It's, like some cool graphical animations, like a bit of a story as well. Because like we never got the story games on the consoles back in the day. So for me, this is like really, really fun and cool, and definitely hidden behind, like the low uptake of the GameCube, and then it came out late in its life cycle as well. So I think a lot of people haven't had access to this. So this is a pretty cool one when this gets announced and comes out later this month sometime.
Yeah, like it is cool. Just like these games that have never got re-releases before. just got Fire Red Leaf Green. Now like XD and I guess Colosseum will come in the future. It's just really nice to see those games
Yep.
come out on Nintendo when you don't have to. Like, this is an outrageously expensive GameCube game. If you ever wanted to go down the rabbit hole of actually owning a copy, then it's like, woof, you're gonna have to take out a bit of a loan. I think last time I checked it was $400 Australian, and I dare say it's gone up. Like, yeah, this is.
I've seen them for over 500. So
Yeah,
this is it's
Mm.
one of the most expensive games I have and own. But this might lower it a bit, which probably isn't a bad thing.
Yeah, I wonder if it will. Like, if you want a physical copy, I guess that's a different market in itself. Like, it's somebody like, oh, I really want to play XD, so you you get out $500, you go and find it on Facebook Marketplace or eBay, and you go and get it, and you play it. Yeah, I wonder if it will affect prices and all that. Because I don't know if Fire Red Leaf Green. I don't know if that's affected like physical cartridges either. Like,
yeah, well, anything it might do the opposite. I don't know. It's one of those interesting things. It's more, yeah. Who's to say? Pokemon's usually a different beast as well.
Yeah. I am a little bit disappointed because my dream is for them to like re-release the GameCube games and all the Game Boy Advance games within Generation 3 and have them retain their compatibility with one another. And in the fine print, it says that these games can't connect to any other Pokemon games. So they won't be able to connect to Fire Red or Leaf Green. I'm like, that seems like a bit of a missed opportunity, which I'm like, damn it. That would have been really cool. But yeah, if you just want to play through the story, fantastic. She's there.
It's right there.
She's right there. Pokemon Champion is going to be coming to Switch in April and mobile phones later on in the year. So, yeah, good. It was so weird last year. We got like a blowout of this game. Like, it just like a walkthrough of all the features and everything you can do, how you can get your Pokemon ready for competitive within the app straight from home. And when they said last year that the game would be coming out this year, I was like, oh, that was a really sort of weird in-depth video for a game that's so far away. And this year it was like a very quick, like, all right, yeah, very quick trailer coming out April. So a lot of people wouldn't have gotten that in-depth breakdown of what this game is. Like, a lot of people would have forgotten or not watched last year or whatever. So they kind of needed that breakdown this year. Just like, all right, this is what the game is. Comes out next month. Get ready and battle your little hearts out. But yeah, this will be now the main game for the competitive format in the Pokemon Championships. So you'll be seeing a lot of this if you watch competitive Pokemon. It's all going to be on this. So I'm looking forward to giving it a go. I haven't done a competitive Pokemon, I guess, all of Scarlet and Violet. I was really into it in Sword and Shield, but yeah, it's been a little while. So yeah, should be good. At least you're actually in a stadium now. In Scarlet and Violet, you're just like in a little pitch outside the school. It's like, so they'll be having these big championship battles, and they'll just be like in the schoolyard. It's like,
it didn't look right.
No, not
the
quite.
Didn't line up. Yeah. So, there's no release date except for April, is there? Like, it's coming next month, and they couldn't even give us an actual date within April,
true.
which I find really weird. I found that super odd. Like, we've got Tomodachi Life coming on the 16th of April, I think. So I imagine it's going to be week before, the week after, or because early April's the Super Mario Bros. Movie. So I'm thinking it's after Tomodachi Life, late April. Just super odd. Yeah, just give us a date. I don't know why it's not that specific, so close. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they got some servers to maintain to get up and running. They got the construction crew. Maybe. And they asked the development manager of the servers, like, oh, look, we don't know yet, mate. We got parts coming in. RAM's expensive. We don't know. We're banging and clanging as fast as we can. So,
is it a physical?
No.
Or is it just going to be just digital only?
Just a free download, I think. Yeah.
Is it free on Switch?
Well, I assumed it was free.
Maybe on mobile it is. I thought.
Maybe it's not. All right. Just at the bottom of this, there will be a Pokemon Champions Plus Starter Pack bundle along with the optional in-game items available for purchase. So, I don't know. Maybe...
Free to play then.
It sounds like it will be free to play on mobile, but on Switch you'll have to get the starter pack, just from reading that. But yes, I don't
Okay.
know.
We will see.
So yes, get out your checkbooks. Wonder what item, like what do you? I wonder what the I wonder what the monetization for this is. Hopefully the starter pack isn't a starter pack; it is just the pack. Because if like you're getting charged for items and that,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, that'll be very
And then I heard
interesting.
there's a cap on Pokemon you can have as well. Like what, 30? It's not a lot.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it'll be very interesting just to see how this all works. Because yeah, if you're getting charged for items and all this type of stuff to make your Pokemon stronger, that will kind of suck. Because like you do all this work in the game, and you put them to Pokemon Home, which you're paying for. Like, that's a subscription in itself. And then you bring them into this, where it's like, all right, you want them, you want some EV training vitamins and stuff. You want some leftovers. Yeah, you got it. Like, yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they handle that, because you can't put items on your Pokemon
Yeah.
and put them into Pokemon Home, can you? So yeah, you've got to do it all through this game.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Tricky.
Yeah, it might turn out to be a bit shit. Hopefully not. Hopefully that's not nickel and dime, and you just to play competitive. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not super excited for it, but if it's free to start, that might hook me that way, and it could be a cool way to battle. So yeah.
Yeah, I am looking forward to it, but yeah, I think just the reality of how they're going to monetize it, and it's an app across mobile as well. That's what. Oh, yeah, that could be concerning. But anyway, Josh, let's talk about some stories about Fire and Leaf Green. But first, I just want to hear what how's your play session gone over the weekend? Who did you start with? How's your journey through Kanto treating you so far?
Yeah. So I chose Fire Red. Michaela's done Leaf Green, so we'll be able to interact with each other that way and get all the different unique Pokemon. So I made it a bit harder for myself this time because I've decided to do a Nuzlocke run.
Oh,
So I've selected Squirtle, but in Nuzlocke you got to name them. So he's Sheldon,
oh
and
no.
then to only catch one Pokemon in each new route. And then if you stuff it up and don't catch it that one time, you can't have another chance. And then if they faint, then you cannot use that Pokemon anymore. So I've lost one Pokemon so far. I'm like nearly about to do the second badge. This is taking a lot longer than usual because I'm like being overly cautious and grinding and making sure that my Pokemon are stronger by like a decent buffer. Because I caught a Mankey in Route 22 and I was pretty happy with that. And I leveled him up. I called him Punch because the Punch monkey who's been all over the internet lately.
I haven't actually.
He's a
No.
monkey. He's a little monkey and hasn't been accepted by like his family. So I think he's been transferred. And he was getting like rejected. So the whole world's going crazy for Punch the monkey. But my Punch died and fainted. So my monkey passed away and fainted, and so I had to say goodbye. So that was a little heartbreaking, because you get a bit more attached when you nickname them as well. So I can understand the appeal or the reason for that. So, see how long I can last with this, Drew, because it's there's no experience share. So I literally have to get the Pokemon I want to train up facing the first move. Then I swap it, and then obviously the second Pokemon gets hit by that move. And it was stuff like in Viridian Forest. Like I had to be so careful. If one of my Pokemon got poisoned, like if I didn't have an antidote, it was like a ticking time bomb. Like, oh my god, holy shit! I better like because I realized it after one of my Pokemon got poisoned. I paused the game. I had to look up in Viridian Forest where are the hidden items for antidotes, because I knew there was a couple, and so like I had 17 HP and I got there just in time. But like it was just a whole new level of stress I've never felt in a Pokemon game before. So it's been fun. I'll experience it, but if I get to one trainer and it absolutely wipes out my party, I am not going to restart. I'm just going to FYI, full disclosure. So I'll see how long my Nuzlocke can stay in effect, but if I stuff it up, I'm not going to restart or anything. I will just keep continuing on from that stage. So we'll see how far I go.
Yeah, that's fair enough. It can just be like a high score thing. Like, oh, Nuzlocke lasted to 4th gym or this town.
That's right.
Then like you ever do another replay, you want to do it again. Like, all right, see if you can beat that score. Like it doesn't
Or
have.
yeah, or if I even do it with Ruby or Sapphire, see if I can get to 5 badges or something in that
Yeah,
game, even though if it's different, just the same premise.
yeah. That's the fun about like these self-imposed challenges. They can be whatever you want. So like, yeah, if
Yeah.
you don't have to like throw your Switch in the bin and be like, all right, got to restart over. I've spent 20 hours just grinding this
Uh,
this party.
it's a lot more grinding. Yeah, a lot more grinding. Like Michaela's like 4 or 5 badges in. I'm like not even up to Misty yet. I'm just about to get there, but it's a lot of extra work. But it's definitely harder, and I can see why people do that. So it's a cool challenge.
Yeah, no, yeah, it certainly is, and I think like people doing let's plays and things, it's very popular like on YouTube with Nuzlocks,
Yeah,
and they're so fun to watch
yeah,
too. Like each battle, you're like, holy shit! And when you've got to do like a switch into something, you've got to really think about what it's going to be going into. Then there's like sacrifices
yeah,
that need to be made as well. Like you want to bring out your Charizard, you're not going to sacrifice your Charizard necessarily. It's like, all right, something else has to die to let Charizard come in to sweep the rest, or whatever the situation is. And yeah, no, it makes for a lot of great, just let's plays and things. And over the years, I've watched plenty from like a few poker tubers and things, and yeah, no, it's cool.
yeah.
You're doing it. I've never done a Nuzlocke just in like a base game. I've had like ROM hacks and things that like
Yeah.
implement the rules into the game, and I quite like that.
Yes,
Um, but yeah, no, it's good fun.
that's cool.
So yeah, I'm very intrigued to see how this goes for you. Like, are you gonna come
Thank
to
you.
the show next week with your tail between your legs? But holy shit, everyone
Uh,
died. Gary
yeah.
massacred everybody.
Yeah, I was pretty devastated when Punch died, so if the others die, I'm going to be pretty devastated as well. So I can't imagine I'll get through till next episode without another Pokemon dying. There will be more
Oh yeah,
deaths, so
yeah.
like tune in for next week to see who else passes away.
It's just the starter Pokemon. That one is the one that would be especially sad.
That's gonna, yeah. If Sheldon dies, I'm yep, not going to be happy.
Mm. Yeah, you should have
Definitely
done. You
not.
should have had Charmander, so it's like extra hard just at the start of the game, like through Brock, Mount Moon,
Yeah,
it's just Misty, and like no
yep.
advantages against Lieutenant Surge. Then obviously like Diglett Tunnel,
It is.
like it's
Yeah,
just the start of the game.
nothing for fire,
Yeah,
is there?
SSN with all the water Pokemon on it, like yeah,
Yeah,
it just
man.
hates Charmander.
Yep. God damn. No. No, I'm glad I didn't choose Charmander. But I usually go Bulbasaur or sometimes Charmander. So like the Squirtle was like, oh, I don't really choose Squirtle even though I like Blastoise. So I'm like, I got to do it this time.
Mm. No, that's good. Yeah, I'm very intrigued to see how it
Yeah.
goes. But yeah, how do you
How
feel
about
about?
for yourself?
Yeah, oh yeah. I guess me. What did I choose? I chose Bulbasaur, like I said I would last week.
Yep.
I just got to Celadon City, so I'm about to do the.
Yep.
Is that the fourth gym or the fifth? Might be the fifth, might be fourth.
Yeah. Okay.
Can't quite remember, but yeah,
Decent way in.
yeah. I just got there a few days ago, and since I started the game, all I can think about is playing this goddamn these old Pokemon games. That's all I can think about. I had other games on the dock at the play this weekend, Josh. I had like the new Resident Evil. I did end up getting a code for that game, so I was like, oh, I can't wait to play it.
Yep.
And the idea was to play Pokemon Fire Red during the day. It was a rainy day here, so the family was inside. They were watching Peppa Pig, so I had Pokemon up on the TV. I was playing Pokemon and enjoying my day. And the idea was, all right, when the kids go to bed, that's when I'll play Resident Evil because I'll be able to. I can't play that game on the TV, obviously, because it might be a little bit much for the kids to see. There might be some scares in there, some stabs, some bleeding,
Yes.
some shots,
Yes.
all sorts of
Oh.
all sorts of things that I wouldn't want my kids to see. So I'm like, all right, I'll play that at nighttime. But when nighttime come around, Josh, all I want, I just had the itch in the back of my head. I couldn't quite reach it. I just needed Pokemon to get in there and scratch it for me. So I just kept on playing
Yep.
Pokemon Fire Red.
Yep.
And yeah,
Pokemon does that.
it
I
does.
get you.
So yeah, been having a great time. I'm not doing a Nuzlocke or anything, but who's on my party? I've forgotten a little bit because I started another adventure which I'll talk about in a little bit. So what have I got? What have I got apart from I got a Venusaur. Venusaur. Oh yes. So I want to try and use some Pokemon that I haven't really used all that much, and a lot
Yep.
of them were because of the trade evolution. So I've got at the moment I've just got the middle evolutions of these, but I've got Alakazam. Um, so yeah, Kadabra.
Nice.
I want to use Alakazam. I've got Machop. I want a Machamp eventually. I don't want to do Gengar because the poison type overlaps with my Venusaur, so I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also don't usually play Leaf Green, so I'm playing Leaf Green, and so I'm looking at some of the exclusives. I want to do Ninetales. But I got kind of stuck because a lot of the time I've got Charizard, and so I've just got like a default flyer, and I usually have like a Pidgeot as well. And I had to really like not make myself use a Pidgeot. It's just so convenient. He's a good Pokemon. He's at the very start. He
Yes.
can learn fly. But I'm like, all right, no
But
Pidgeot.
Spearow.
Yeah, I've used a Spearow before, but yeah, I'm like, I got to use someone different. I've used Fearow once. I remember
Um,
I had a great one of my favorite runs of Fire Red. I actually had a Fearow on my team with Drill Peck. That was quite fun. But yeah, I've got to use someone else. I'm like, who can I use? Like, I don't have any water types and no flying types. I'm like, when I looked into it, the selection for Pokemon that can learn fly is so limited. I'm like, oh, who?
I can't think of another one. Who else?
I mean, so there's like Farfetch'd, and who I sort of opted to go with was like Dodrio. So I'm like, yeah, there's that
Yeah,
one.
that can't learn fly, can it?
It can, yeah, it can. Yep.
There you go.
I have
It
used,
shouldn't though.
yeah, like I don't know how it flies, but it does.
Yeah. All right.
Um,
Fair enough.
and then I was looking into Dragonite as well. Dragonite can learn fly and surf, so I'm like, oh, that'd be good. But then it's obviously you get it relatively late, and then it's got to level up to level 55 to learn fly. As a Dragonite, it can't learn it as a
Yeah.
Dragonair.
Yeah.
So, oh man, so I got to a point of the game where I'm kind of like thinking about it too much. I'm like, I need a flyer and a surfer. I don't usually have to think about it this much. But so it kind of like it messed up the party that I wanted to use, because if I could just use whatever I wanted, it wouldn't be such a big deal. But that's
No.
that's where I guess the modern games come into effect a little bit, just with removing HMs. You can just use whatever you want, and the game
Yes.
unlocks just happen naturally with the badges and
Which is better.
all that. Yeah, definitely. Like with Sun and Moon, when they introduced that, it's like, oh, thank God.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. So yeah, I played up the Celadon, but I haven't played for a day or two because I've actually been playing another Pokemon game. So when I looked into the XD Gale of Darkness news that it doesn't connect to any other games, I sort of thought to myself, like I want to like live in Generation 3 for a little bit, and I want to play all these games and have them all linked together and try and complete the National Pokedex in those games. So I thought my best way to interact with it is probably not through Switch, but in fact through either original hardware or emulation. So I've been wanting to do this. This was a part of my New Year's resolutions, but I want to start a forever Pokemon Emerald save file. So the save file that I have forever, that I 100%, that I do all of the Battle Frontier in, and do all of that. So I'm like, all right, let's do that. I'm in this.
Okay.
I'm in this real big Pokemon mood. So let's start my Pokemon Emerald forever save file. And how I'm doing it is I'm going through it on my AYN Thor, and I'm trying to get all the achievements on retro achievements. And how they've set this up is actually pretty cool, because like it really makes you do every little thing in the game. So every battle tent, every collectible, just whatever's in there, it makes you do it all. And even to the point, it's like you get achievements for like doing all the Pokemon battles on a set amount of routes, getting all of the items, getting all the hidden items. Like it's making me focus on just like combing the map as I'm going along it. And I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah.
So I've played that
nice.
I've played that game up to the 7th badge, and I'm literally outside of Groudon and Kyogre, like having that battle in Supos. Oh God.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't say the name of the town. Apparently, it's not coming out of my mouth. Specifically with this city. So I'm there at the moment, and it certainly helps because on that I can use fast forward, which I don't know. I don't know if like Fire and Leaf Green feels a little bit slow to you, or if it's just my
Oh yeah,
yeah like
the battle animations low.
yeah. So like definitely like the fast forward feature helps a lot. I'm like, all right, I just want to do some grinding or get through some
Yeah,
battles,
it would.
whatever. So that's why I was able to advance so far in that, just doing that. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Just sort of ticking off the achievements as I'm going through it. And since I'm battling every trainer there possibly is as I'm going through it, my Pokemon are so strong. My Pokemon have ever been so strong going
Yeah,
through Ruby,
it would
Sapphire,
be.
or Emerald. I've got like level 50s. Like yeah, I've got 3 level 50s, and I'm sort of introducing Pokemon to my team as we go along or as they become available in the game. My starter, I started with Mudkip, is now like a level 52 Swampert. And then I got a Talo, but I've got, what's his name again? What have I forgotten? Let me open it up. A Swellow. So yeah, my Swellow is almost level 50. I chose the root fossil instead of the claw fossil. So I've got a Cradley. Cradley's level 50. And then I'm training up a Torkoal. Who else am I training up? I've got because Torkoal's who I'm currently training up to level 50. Oh, Chimecho, which is one of my all-time favorite Pokemon, which is like a little wind chime psychic type, level 40. And then the last slot in my team I'm a little bit unsure of. At the moment, I've got Absol just there, like the idea of an Absol.
Yep.
So I don't think I've actually
That
used
sounds
an
right.
Absol.
I like Absol.
Yeah, like I think in the newer games it's pretty good. I don't know what it was like in Generation 3, but yeah, so it's been good fun just running through that. So yeah, I guess I might even be at the Pokemon League tonight. Who knows, or the last badge or whatever. But the idea is just to go through and tidy up all the routes and collect everything. I'm finding it a little bit tricky in the sea, just like keeping track of what hidden items and all that I've got, because like I've got since I'm playing on the Thor, like it's a handheld system that has 2 screens. So on the top screen, it's got my Game Boy Advance game, and on the bottom screen, I've got the web browser with an interactive map of Pokemon Emerald that I can like move around my thumb and like pinch in and out and zoom on. So it kind of looks like a DS game with like a map on the bottom screen where I'm able to like, all right, there's items over here, there's trainers here, and I can sort of like suss out the area on the bottom screen and then like do my movements in the game itself. So yeah, it's working out really well.
Okay.
So yeah.
Nice.
I'll probably do the Pokemon League and have a break from that and get back to Fire Red and Leaf Green on Switch. But yeah, I got
having a good time. It's Poke Frenzy right now.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just really in the mood for Pokemon. So I'm like, all right, let's embrace it. Let's just jump into it. Resident
100%.
Evil and a couple of other games can wait for a little bit later. You know, games that that just come out and I'm just playing the same game again and again. But it's what I'm in the mood for. So, game that I played 20 years ago.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, absolutely. But it is pretty cool though, because I just want to say some things about Fire and Leaf Green, just as far as like from the news story perspective of things, things I want to talk about. Before the games came out, we were hoping that Game Freak or Nintendo or Pokemon Company were going to include the Mystic and Aurora tickets in the games. So they did this for other events that happened in the past with Pokemon Crystal. When that got re-released on 3DS, they included the Celebi event in that game that you couldn't access apart from going to specific locations back in the day, hooking up your Game Boy and doing that. They did the same thing with the Game Boy Advance games where you could go to events, obtain tickets to faraway islands. So in this game specifically, there was an island that had Ho-Oh and Lugia, then another island that had Deoxys, and those events were never available to us in Australia. So we never got the chance. They were just things that I personally read about on Cerebi.net. I'm like, I only dreamed of being able to visit these Pokemon. I'm like, I was so jealous. And it's kind of cool that they included this because,
it's great.
I guess they could have not have done it, but it would have kind of sucked if they didn't. So, all right. But to me, this was like, there's all this conversation about people not happy with the price and all this. Like, that's going to be with every single game, I guess. But to me, it's like, all right, cool, you did the thing. Like, I'm quite happy that you've done this. So apparently, when you beat the Pokemon League, these tickets just appear in your bag, so you'll be able to go to. Be able to go to the harbour, and you'll be able to go and get these Pokemon. You'll be able to shiny hunt them as well, because
Cool.
there's no shiny locking in these games. So yeah, go to your heart's content if you feel like
That's awesome.
those massive odds for shiny hunting. So yeah, I can't wait to
nice.
do that.
Yeah. Why not? It's already there, and give it to us. So yep, I'm glad they have.
Yeah, because there was I used to be on Cerebi.net. There's for those that don't know, I guess a lot of you in the Pokemon community know what Cerebi.net is, but just a really great fan website that just is a wonderful database of everything Pokemon, and in particular has a really great Pokedex that you can look up moves and learn moves and everything. And that was like our Bible back in the day, just going like, I want to train a X Pokemon. You go to it, learns this, evolves this way, just gives you everything you need to know. And I just remember seeing the sprite from Fire and Leaf Green of Shiny Ho-Oh. I'm like, that looks so pretty. I want it so bad. So there's a part of me that's like, as a 31-year-old, all these years later, are we going to shiny hunt a Ho-Oh? Full odds, 1 in 8,000 and whatever it is, chance of doing it. It's double the hardness of like the modern Pokemon games.
Yep.
Do I do it? Don't know.
Nah.
Probably not.
Nah. That's a lot of waiting. That's going to be a long time.
But just imagine the pop if it happened, Josh. Imagine if it happened.
It'd be pretty cool.
It would be pretty cool.
Especially considering how much rarer it is. Very rare. 1 in 8,000.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. So if anybody else has gone to the islands, let us know if you're going to be shiny hunting, because I want to know if you get a nice shiny one. Maybe I can even tempt you to be like, all right, just trade it to Drew. I'll fly you out to where I live, and you can locally trade me. Some other changes that they made to this version of the game, they've actually blocked, they've actually censored naughty names to be put into for nicknames and players and all of that. That's something that wasn't in the original games. I think it was only it might have even been from DS onwards, but it had like a bit of censor on what names you can put in, so you can't put swear words or rude words or anything like that. So it seems like they've done that for this. So you can't call your rival something mean. You can't call him like prick or something like that.
No, not allowed.
So there's that. And also on the back end, it's been discovered that the emulator for this game is the same emulator from Nintendo Switch Online. And that in the back end, there has been data for Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. So I don't know if that's got anything to do with
more to come,
them actually releasing them or not, but I've got my fingers crossed. That's all I want, Josh. I just want the Game Boy Advance Pokemon games on Switch. Then I can retire. I can retire from talking about Pokemon and Nintendo and all that. I can just retire and just play those. You'll be playing Winds and Waves, and I'll be like, all right, go at your heart's content. I'll just play these.
Yeah. It seems like a pretty certain thing sooner or later it will happen. I would have thought.
I hope so. I certainly hope so.
Surely.
I kind of assume it will happen eventually. It's kind of just like it's just leaving money on the table at this point. Just take my money. I'll get them, please. But I'm just thinking, do you see it being this year, or do you see it being like a similar thing for Pokemon Day next year, where it's like, they just save it for the Pokemon Day pop and have some more games come out, or would it be a little bit closer together? Because like we mentioned before, they've got to make a bit of money for those shareholders, don't they? They've got no big Pokemon game this year.
Correct.
Pokopia is going to be massive, but a game where it's just it is kind of just free money for them. They got just absolute minimal work for them to do. So yeah, I mean, it could be good for their checkbooks this year. I don't know. What do you see it being?
I'd be I mean, yeah, like this thing's top the charts. People are buying this. People are playing this. So it's yeah, like you said, it's so easy for them to do. Would not surprise me if we get these sort of scattered, you know, sporadically. You know, well, like what? Why not? So we could get these, you know, Ruby, Sapphire, you know, next year for Pokemon Day. I think it's such a slam dunk to do stuff like that. You know, they don't have to give it to us all straight away, but you know, and we're getting a lot of Pokemon this year with you know, this and you know, XD later this month, and obviously Pocopia in like 3 days, Champions, and even this year's looking alright for Pokemon. So yeah, like it's gonna happen. You know, it won't be on NSO. Yeah,
No.
we all know why, and you know, why would they? Because they can charge $30 a pop, or people can buy 4 different versions in different languages, and hallelujah, like they're making bank. That's for sure.
Yeah. I just checked too, like, are they still at the top of the charts? And indeed they are. They got 1 and 2 spots on the Australian eShop
Oh
charts,
yeah,
um,
yep.
which is even
That would be
above.
everywhere in the world.
It's even above Pokopia, which is like up for preload at the moment. So I assume it won't stay above
Yes.
Pokopia once it's released, but yeah, above Mario Kart
No.
World and everything as well.
All of it. Yeah. Everyone's buying it. Everyone's playing it.
Yeah, good for them. Good for them. Yeah.
Cool.
Do you see yourself like doing the events in the Sevi Islands and that? Depends how you feel after your Nuzlocke, I guess, doesn't it?
I mean, yeah, I've never done the post game in this. Like, I don't think I've finished this game. I never owned it personally. My brother had it, so I did play bits and pieces of it. But yeah, I want to do the post game. I want to do those event things. So you know, I plan to get to those things eventually. And you know, it's such a great like I just like I'm grinding it out, but I'm still having a good time. It's still fun. It's just that Pokemon formula, you know, like classic RPG stuff going on here, and it's super fun, engaging. I just want to keep going. So yeah, I'll definitely do it. It's happening.
It's happening. Yeah. Cool. I'll bring in some thoughts just from some of our Discord members, the housemates. And I didn't actually ask this a part of like being questions or topics for the show. I just like generally asked like how do people feel about winds and waves? And but since I didn't
Yep.
actually ask for questions this week, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. But people actually left left some like good things to read on the show, so I'll read it out. So first one is from Zach. He says, just this is his thoughts when I asked about after a few days, how do we feel about Pokemon Winds and Waves? And he says, I would say satisfied. Like it didn't show me anything that was like mind blowing, but also nothing that was concerning. It really just met my expectations. Maybe that's because the leaks spoiled a lot of it already. The 2027 release also really took the wind out of my sails. I'm happy they're taking their time, but it just means it's a little bit too early for me to get on the hype train. If anything, it makes me more interested in what Nintendo's holiday game is. So that's an interesting sort of, I guess, thing to take out of it too, because a lot of us are just like, oh look, we've got these smaller games throughout the year. Pokopia is going to be massive, but then like a few of the other titles are like, oh look, they're either filler or smaller games. Whereas like we knew Pokemon Gen 10 was probably going to be the holiday game, but it's not. So it does sort of open up our imaginations a little bit, just about, all right, what is going to be coming out later this year? Maybe not that much. Maybe it will be a situation like last year where it's like, well, what's the big holiday game going to be? And it's Kirby Air Riders. It's like, oh, well, that's not going to move units necessarily, but it was fun. So
We had a new Pokemon game last year though. So
true. Yeah, we
yeah,
did. Yeah, I guess that. Yeah, it was.
and Metroid and the Galaxy games, and we had a lot of stuff over the holidays. So yeah, I always find that really surprising when people bring that up for last year. But
Mm,
I'm surprised. Yeah, like we don't know anything beyond the middle of this year because I imagine Fire Emblem be around June, July, and then we don't know anything beyond. And myself included, we all thought the new Gen 10 Pokemon was going to be the big holiday game this year, and that's not the case. And you know, they do need something big for that time of year, and so yes, we just don't know. So like, there could be something really big coming. We just need a direct in June to confirm it. So it will happen. we'll get something. But yeah, we had a pretty good first 6 months there for Switch 2, like and Switch, like the whole ecosystem. We hit amazing like Mario Kart game, like although not as good as we wanted, but still really really good. Like Donkey Kong Bonanza, like people sleep on that game, and that's such a great time. So um yeah, we will see. Like you know. I don't think we're going to get 3D Mario this year. I don't think we're going to get a brand new Zelda game or anything like that. So yeah, I think it might have to be something different, and yeah, people might have to temper their expectations slightly because it won't be Pokemon either.
Yeah, I the last week or so, I've seen a few videos just of people expressing their disappointment with Nintendo Switch 2 exclusives, and I think that's because the beat 'em ups. He released a video basically saying that after Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong, that the releases have just been fine, but they haven't really been system sellers. And then I think YouTube Auto played other people basically saying the same thing in their videos. And
Mhm.
like I can see where people are coming from, and maybe if I yeah, it's sort of hard because we jumped in straight away, just oh my god, let's play Mario Kart and Donkey Kong, and then whatever comes out afterwards is kind of like just a cherry on top. So if those games don't appeal to you, it's like what is going to sell you on a Switch 2? It's like well, I don't know. It really does just feel like a continuation on what the Switch did. Like you want to play Mario Tennis, you want to play Pokopia, you want to play Fire Emblem. You sort of just have to renew your ticket, renew your subscription in some ways, and just jump back on, just to continue the ride. But yeah, it's just it's so subjective, isn't it? Just like what
It is.
yeah, what makes you want to go and spend money on a system? And for me, it doesn't take that much. It's like I know there are going to be games that I'm going to absolutely love over the next 7 years on the thing. So I'm like, look, it's fine. I feel quite good of spending my money. But if you're just a Pokemon fan or just a Mario fan, or like you only play exclusives on Switch and you want to play Zelda, it's like, well, yeah, you got to wait for Zelda. That's not coming anytime soon. So yeah, it's just feel like the
I mean,
negative.
it's not Nintendo exclusives because I feel that's me mainly. But it's just people who like just play that want to play the big stuff, which
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of people are like that. So it's just that timing between it is probably going to be a bit longer, like development cycles and all that. And
Mm.
I still feel Nintendo does a really good job, and we're still getting a game a month, and at the moment it's more than that because if you include stuff like the Virtual Boy, like this Fire Red drop, Champions and Tomodachi Life are coming out next month, and then the Switch 2 editions. There is stuff out there. It is if you are looking for it, it is. Nintendo's been busy, and outside of that, if you don't like Nintendo, like Requiem, Pragmata, like Capcom's doing some really cool stuff soon. Dragon Quest, all this stuff. It's there. I just
Yeah.
like it's been a very very strong like first year for the Switch too.
I couldn't agree more with you there, Josh. Like people saying, like, oh, where's the games? I'm like, so this is my home screen. This is what I've been playing the last week. I've
Yeah.
been playing Leaf Green, which is the first time that game's ever been re-released since 2004. So I was like, great.
Yep.
That's a great time to play that. I've been playing Super
Awesome.
Smash Brothers just because obviously not a new game, but just diving back into it. But I've been playing Mario Tennis. Then on my home screen, I've got these loaded up to play. Resident Evil Requiem, Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined, Fallout 4, and then over the last week sometime, there was some eShop sales on some arcade games. So I got the Capcom Arcade Stadium 2, the Capcom Fighting Collection 1 and 2,
Yep.
and I've been playing with my arcade stick. So I've been jumping between like a old Pokemon game, old arcade games, ports of like a 10-year-old game, for example, with Fallout 4, then like brand new games of Resident Evil and Dragon Quest. I'm like, seriously, if there's nothing for you to play on the thing, if you look at it and be like, it has no games, like it's fair enough. Maybe you're playing on PlayStation and all of those are going to be on PlayStation. You just want that for basically a Nintendo machine or whatever. So fair enough. But like it's certainly certainly got plenty on it. Like I'm looking at it and being like, holy crap, I've got so much to play.
Yeah.
I'm just feeling absolutely chuffed with it, to be honest. Over like the last month has been fantastic for it. There's just been so much to play, and If you are somebody who only plays on Nintendo, or you're like a Nintendo and PC, or whatever combination of things you play on, like yeah, you're not going to feel left out. I feel like, and
100%.
hopefully the third party support keeps up this cadence as well. Because yeah, just jumping between like I said, the last couple of months I've been jumping between Final Fantasy and like Mario Tennis, like mainly. I'm like, this is really nice, just having this just parallel universe where I'm playing like this pretty simple Nintendo game, which is a lot of fun. It's addictive. It's easy to jump in and out of, but then I've got like this narrative game with like a complex battle system and everything going on it as well. Then I can jump into like brand new Resident Evil in my old Pokemon game. I don't know. I'm in heaven
Pretty good.
I'm in heaven. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm enjoying my Switch too. It's been a good start to the year, and a continuation of this good stuff that happened last year. So yeah, just very surprised by it all.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But I guess as far as like the big game for next year, I got no idea what it's going to be. I can't see it being anything like a massive game. And when I say massive game, I'm talking about like Smash Brothers, Zelda, Mario, something like that. Whereas I don't think so. But hopefully we keep up the cadence, and yeah, we're gonna have Pokopia very soon. What's your gut check on Pokopia? Like, how do you think it's going to capture you? Do you reckon you're going to get sucked into it? There was a Nintendo Treehouse with like an hour of footage demoing the game. Do you feel like it's going to be something that's going to bring you in? Like, you're going to put hours into it, or you're going to save yourself for a Metopia next month?
No, 100%. I'm going to be all in on this. Like I'm sold on it, and I watched like probably the second half of the Treehouse because Michaela had it on when I got home from work, and I've seen enough now. I know enough about what happens. I want to discover it myself. So I didn't go back and watch the start of that Treehouse or anything like that. Yeah, this looks really fleshed out and fully formed. Like the previews have been really glowing. It looks like it's going to be a super fun time. So yeah, I'm super keen for it on Thursday. There's definitely no denying that, and it just seems so like the creativity of incorporating the Pokemon's abilities and how that shapes the world and what you're going to design from that point of view. It's all been really well thought out and processed and structured. So yeah, like this is the big game for this first quarter. This is going to like really like from all accounts, I think this is going to be a hugely rated game. It's going to like sell lots, and it's a Switch 2 exclusive. So here it is. Here's that next big one. So probably the biggest one since DK in Mario Kart World for sure. So yeah, that's what we're getting. So I look forward to it. It's again, this just sort of bolsters the whole idea of the Switch 2's first year so far has been pretty good.
Yeah, and it is kind of interesting just to see, I guess, the Pokemon Company and just the Pokemon franchise just really latch on the Switch 2, because in previous years, or previous systems, Pokemon's like held on to like the previous system for a fair while. Whereas like, especially like DS, like Black and White 2 releasing like really late into like even like the start of the 3DS, it was coming out, and they did the same with Emerald and things too. But yeah, straight away they're like, all right, no, Pokopia only on Switch 2. Generation 10, there's no mucking around. Obviously, that's going to be a couple of years into Switch 2 by the time that comes out. But yeah, just like, yeah, it's on Switch 2. Like, I couldn't imagine that game on Switch 1. Like, God, you could only imagine what the waves and that would look like trying to run on Switch.
Yeah, that's all right.
But yeah, no, it's good to see. It's good to see. I'm excited for Pokopia too. I didn't realize like you could do like not necessarily Minecraft building, but it kind of like the Minecraft structures. How you could like in the most recent trailer, it had like the big Ditto, how they're building up, and then it had like sections underground where your Ditto took on the form of a Graveler and it was like rolling through the train and smashing it. Like, so there's like a lot of exploration to the game too, like a lot of exploring and going to other parts of the world and expanding and all that. Because like a lot of us just look at it and go, oh, Animal Crossing. But Animal Crossing, it's like you got your island and you don't go anywhere else. Like you can go to do your island hopping and things like that, but not quite like this. Like you are really sort of shaping this really massive land into kind of what you want it to be. But yeah, I'm just
That's right.
curious. I'm curious what the
It's gonna
multiplayer
be
is
fun
going to
with
be like.
multiplayer. Just have
Yeah,
people around.
yeah, for sure.
It's just gonna be like having people over, and then game shares possible, so people with their Switch ones can play this. So this whole thing's going to spread by word of mouth. People are going to join these sessions. Okay, no, I want to Switch 2 now, or I want to buy Pocopia. So it's just going to the boulder of Switch 2 will just keep gaining momentum, and this game will be one of those great ones to sell why you would want to get a Switch 2 yourself.
Yeah, yeah. Is this going to be a game you've got to get 2 copies of? Is Michaela going to be all up in this as well? You're going to be playing together? What's your
Oh,
household situation going to be?
she is literally counting down the days. Literally counting down the days. So yeah, there will be a 2 copy household for this one. We don't do that all the time, but when the big games that we're both excited for come out at the same time, it's what we do. So, yep, definitely 2 copies for this.
Yeah, you're going to get you guys are getting digital copies, or you're getting that key card, that Nintendo published key card everybody's thrilled about.
True. Physical's cheaper, so keycard is
Beautiful.
the way to go.
Yep. Go where the wallet's more happy. It's like, take me to Target, Josh. I need a deal.
Correct. It's happening.
Yeah. There's some great deals on at Target, actually, like the last week. Like
It'd be great.
first party Nintendo
Yeah.
games. Yeah. So, like, if you're somebody who was just.
Big deep cuts.
Yeah. Like, if you're somebody who hadn't had a Switch, or you just got a Switch 2 for Christmas, or whatever the situation is, you haven't got those games yet, that would have been like a really good way to catch up. Saw Compy got Horror Warriors Age of Imprisonment, and like stuff like that. So that's a
That's a great price.
yeah. Was it like 50% off or 40% off or something like that? It was like
Something like that.
kind of crazy.
It's
Yeah.
like $60 something. So yeah, or 50, something like that.
Mm.
Good price.
Where you guys are, like the game stores that you guys go to, are there many Switch 2 games in there? Because like my local EB and Big W, they've got like a very sparse amount of Switch 2 games. And like the other week when I went in there just to see if they've got Final Fantasy 7, like they didn't, and they never did. I'm like, that's interesting. They haven't seemed to really been getting anything new. Like it's just the Nintendo games, like first party Nintendo games, and then FIFA, Cyberpunk, and that's kind of it. Like, yeah, doesn't seem to be much of a presence for Switch 2.
Yeah, similar thing.
Mm.
Yeah, it's been a few, but not heaps. Oh, the library's slowly building, but Switch 1's still definitely the big thing that takes up the most space.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I was just.
It'll get there. Don't worry.
Yeah, it will get there. Just those rows of key cards, and everybody just goes, "Oh no!" But all the physical collectors just, yeah. It's every now and again, like I'm watching a YouTube video and they're talking about collecting and whatever, and they're like, "Oh, I haven't got a Switch 2 yet because of those key cards." I'm like, "Oh, come on, Cross, just like, I guess, make a decision either way." And I guess they made their decision, but it's like, all right. I mean, I wouldn't want to miss out on like Pokopia because it's not on a on a cartridge. I'm like, all right, I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
And this is them being a little cheeky, and this is like the only, I think, first published Nintendo game with the only option is game key card if you want it physically. So it's a bit different. They're definitely testing the waters, that's for sure.
Yeah, I do wonder though. Like, I think like there was an interview with the Final Fantasy devs for Final Fantasy 7 Remake, and obviously that's the size of the game is massive. That's like a 90 gig game, so it can't fit on a 60 gig cartridge. But also, developers are talking about that the load times from cartridges are slower than from the internal memory. So like a game like Star Wars Outlaws or Final Fantasy 7, they need to be on the system because, depending on how they're developed, I guess, but also they're just the way those games access their memory and pull in the assets and things, they need the faster storage to be able to implement their technologies in their games. So I do wonder, like, for the most part with Nintendo games, like you're playing Mario Tennis, you're playing Donkey Kong, I feel like the load times and just the speed of the cartridge probably isn't a big factor in making those games run necessarily. But Pokopia, it's all custom stuff. It's all stuff that you've laid down. So the game's working hard, just loading in the world as you're going across it. And
Mm,
I feel like it's purely a like a technical reason why it's on a game key card, because like those
yeah. Okay.
assets and things probably wouldn't be quite as quick loading in, and it might actually cause a problem for the actual gameplay of the game just loading it from a cartridge. So that's my only reason, because otherwise,
Interesting. Okay.
why would they? They put Pokemon ZA Switch 2 Edition on a cartridge, like no problem. And that game, wouldn't have the technical limitations from the cartridge that this game would, because like it's quite a lot loading all those assets. Like even Animal Crossing on Switch, you put heaps of things down on your island and it just chugs down. So I feel like it just needs
Okay.
that faster storage. Probably that's my guess anyway. But yeah,
Yeah, I'm more cynical, and I'm thinking it's cost related, but you never know. It could be definitely a factor. I definitely don't know for sure.
yeah. I mean, like, when the Pokemon company's involved, you're like, all right, so that's the first place your mind goes to. Just like, look, they're probably just trying to save money, but
Yes.
at the end of the day, it's Nintendo publishing it, and they're the ones in charge of. They've got the whole supplier of their key cards and their cartridges and all that. So it's like, look, they could
Correct.
they could make it work. um,
Definitely.
Also, just from reading some of the housemates' thoughts on Winds and Waves, Jamie just says that he didn't see the leaks other than being told the names of the Gen 10 games. Looks really nice, certainly a step up from what we've seen, but should be expected with being on newer hardware. So, I guess it
Yeah.
is
Sure.
expected for sure. Um,
Definitely.
what else we got here? No, that might have been it. I think there was some others, but I can't find them quite fast enough
Yep.
on Discord. But all right, Josh, we'll start wrapping things
Nice.
up. But I would love to hear if you've been playing anything else on Switch 2, apart from Pokemon, over the last week or so.
Yeah, so the big one is the paranormal site, The Mermaid's Curse. So I had a good weekend sinking a few hours into that game. So getting meeting all the different characters, getting accustomed to how this game's going to tonally be different to the first one. So maybe a little bit more slower burny at the start, but I can feel it. It ramps up. So it definitely got me intrigued, and you can just get lost in this game. There's so much like lore and stuff, they like different files that you have the option to. You don't have to read it yourself, but you can go back and understand what's going on. But yeah, there's a bit of like like mythology in terms of like what the Japanese people back in the day thought of mermaids and what they look like, and you got the whole what we might think of a mermaid being half human, half fish, and it's from the torso down, but in their mythology it's like from the neck down the fish can be, and the head's just the human part and
Ugh.
things like that. So quite ugly for sure, but yeah, the game's really great. I'm just like I really enjoy the setting and the way Square um does this sort of genre of game. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's a nice sort of I'll play this for a little, and when I get a bit tired of reading for a long time, I can just bring on Pokemon, and it's good. Sort of they complement each other for me anyway. So yeah, that's been me mainly just doing that, and a little bit of Tennis Fever as well, because that's still playing at that.
Yep. What are you working on in Tennis Fever? You trying to get some of those challenges done? You got some more unlockables to go. What are you working on?
Yeah, I was working through the doubles tournament, so I think I'm up to the last one, and then the trial towers are fun, and then if I just keep doing that, I'm just unlocking stuff every second game. So it's just like I'm still trying to get all the characters and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, a very satisfying game, knowing that you're going to get something every couple of matches anyway. So yeah, the loop's very fun from that point of view.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, the Trial of Towers. That's what's taking my time in that game at the moment. Just do a couple here and
Yeah,
there. Like nothing crazy. Not like a whole evening with the game or whatever. But like typically when I jump in, I just want to play tennis. But instead of going to quick match, just do some of the Trial Towers. And for the most part, it's just like don't lose a point and don't fall over, or just some challenges like that. So it's nothing tricky too much. I think I've done
yeah.
like I think I've done 30 out of the 100 so far just by chipping away at it like that. So, yeah, it feels like that's by far the part of the game that takes the longest to do. So, I mean, that's good. Keep me going. But
Yeah, like some unique challenges there, so it's good.
yeah. Apart from that, I just played the Pragmata demo. So this is a game that's coming out next month in April.
Yeah.
Brand new IP from Capcom, and they dropped a demo last month, and I downloaded it straight away since the Nintendo Direct or partnership showcase, and I'm like had it ready to go, but I finally just like decided to do it in between playing something else. Like I think I jumped into it like I didn't have quite enough time to do what I wanted to do in another game. But I'm like, all right, it's 20 minutes. It won't take too long. And looking at the game, I didn't really understand what it was. Like it's a third-person shooter. You've got this AI companion who rides on your back, and you've got like different guns, and then there's like some puzzle thing that happens when you're shooting. I'm like, I don't really understand what's happening. Yeah, like you're doing the hacking. It looks kind of cool, but I don't really understand like how it works in gameplay. But pretty simple. It's just when you aim down sights, you use the face buttons basically as like a D-pad. Then it's got like a bunch of squares on the screen, and then you use the D-pad to like I guess get to the end, like get to the green light. Then if you like go along it and you match up other colors or things, it actually like brings effects out onto your enemies if you do that. So I can stun them or give them things like that. So I'm like, oh, it's really cool. It was a lot of fun. It was like it added like a tension. So like you got this enemy coming to you in slow-mo when you're doing the puzzle, you're like trying to quickly put it in. If you do it right, you get like that effect off, you get some damage. And a very quick demo. It took me like 17 minutes to beat. And seems like the game has the demo has a fair bit of amount of just replay value.
Cool.
Yeah, so
Okay, that's good.
it got me more excited for the full release because I'm like, this is actually just the actual gameplay itself is just fun. And I only played it in handheld mode, so it looked good on Switch too. I didn't have it blown up on the TV or anything like that, but yeah, no, it seemed to hold up really well. I will say though, like playing a shooter like that in handheld mode, I had a grip on too, and like my hands were getting pins and needles when playing it. Like using like the stick to aim, like for the most part, you're not using it too much when I'm playing handheld mode or just handhelds in general. I'm not really playing any shooters on it. So like, yeah, after a little bit, I'm like, yeah, I can feel pins and needles, like my hands going a little bit numb. So yeah, might be a little bit more of a TV game probably, but yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yes, I mean it looks amazing, like visually, and then what Requiem compared to like there's been comparisons from the Switch 2 version to the PS5 version, so that's how good this game is looking on Switch 2. So you like to think Pragmata is going to be a similar story here. So like honestly, amazing. Like kudos to Capcom for like what they're doing here with Switch 2. I just don't think we've seen it really like this good compared to what the more powerful consoles can deliver. So it's pretty amazing. So if people are somewhat interested, definitely get around both those games.
Yeah, and like obviously the demo's there, so go and give it a go. And it's pretty important for a new series to be able to offer a demo because like even for me, I was looking at the gameplay, being like, what are you doing exactly? How are you doing that? And yeah, it's pretty simple once you're actually playing that. But yeah, I didn't like just watching gameplay. I didn't really understand it. I'm like, what?
You got to try it for yourself. It's definitely unique, that's for sure.
Yeah. And then I picked up, like I said before, I got the Capcom Arcade Stadium 2. So this is a collection just full of arcade games from Capcom. And it was on sale for $17. But there was one game in there that I wanted in particular. And you can buy these individually, but I wanted to try a lot of them. I got an arcade stick. So I'm like, this will be a lot of fun just to get. So I can just, when I'm in one of those moods, when I just want to jump through all these old games with my arcade stick, I can jump into this. And there's a Mega Man arcade game called Mega Man. Was it Power Battle? Something like that. And it's just so much fun. It's like an arcade Mega Man game. It plays like the NES games, but it's like absolutely beautiful with pixel art. And you put in your quarter and you select your level. You verse a boss. If you win, you go to the next boss. If you lose, you got to put in another quarter. And yeah, I just played through a round of this, and I used a lot of quarters, but it didn't matter because it was just fake in the game. I would have been very broke trying to beat this game back in the arcade. That's for sure. But yeah, it was just a lot of fun jumping into this. So apart from that, I don't have too much more to say. Apart from like, I'm looking forward to just playing through some of these arcade games, and I picked up like a bunch. So like, I already had the first arcade stadium, but then like both the fighting collections and the beat 'em up collection. Seems like Capcom's got like a pretty good way to sell their old stuff on Switch. So yeah, I've had like
going right at the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had a little bit of a Capcom focused week. I was meant to end it with playing Resident Evil, but yeah, Pokemon grabbed me by the balls a little bit.
As it usually does with you, Drew.
Yeah, by the balls. A little bit of a twist. I'm like, oh no, I'm playing Pokemon. Sorry.
Nope. Oh, back to it.
Back to it. I'll see you later. But yeah, that's what I've been playing. Yeah. So I guess next week, Josh, it's going to be a lot of Pokopia, probably. On the 5th as well, Planet of Lana 2 comes out. And like the Planet of Lana came out 2024. And that was one of my favorite games that year. Just an absolutely beautiful game. Just I played it on Game Pass. It came out on Game Pass on Xbox, but it's just a really beautiful puzzle platformer, great narrative. One of my favorite songs in video games just hit me in the middle of that game. So yeah, I can't wait for the sequel. I'm lined up for that. So we're talking about Planet of Lana and Pokopia, Resident Evil. Got a lot to play this week. Will I get around to half of it? Don't know. Will I just continue to play Pokemon? Maybe I will. Stay tuned next week.
Yes, is the answer.
Yes, that's the answer. Absolutely. What does your next week look like gaming wise, Josh? Bit of Pokopia, gonna try and wrap up Paranormal Site. What's your schedule looking like?
Oh, as much as I can, that and Fire Red, and then obviously Pocopia's going to take over from Thursday. So yeah, got a bit going on, and then I haven't forgotten about the Virtual Boy because I did a special episode last week of Nintendo Maniacs for the Virtual Boy. So I did play a lot of that in the lead up to recording that as well. So and Wario Land, Virtual Boy Wario Land is another game. I'm like 3 levels off from finishing that, so I will do that as well.
Yeah, nothing to play on Switch too, is there? Nothing. Where are the games?
Nothing. I don't know what everyone's talking about. Yeah, correct.
Where are the games? What do we buy this thing?
Absolutely crazy. Yeah,
just a paperweight at this point. Yeah, nothing to do on it.
Money back.
Yeah. All right, Josh. Well, it's great talking to you this week. I enjoyed geeking out about Pokemon with you, and
you too.
I'll talk about it with you in 18 months' time. It'll be even longer than that, won't it? We're almost 24 months.
I mean, yeah, add 8 months plus 20 months, pretty much. If it's November next year. Yeah. Here we go.
Talk about it then. Yeah. But everybody, thank you very much for tuning in to episode 352 of the House of Mario. Really appreciate you. We had a good time this week. But until next week, I'm going to shut the doors and you're going to leave and you're going to take off your shoes and you're going to make sure my mat doesn't have any dust on it. Because I just vacuumed it. Because I wanted it to look like we're nice and clean. But really, Josh has been mucking up the place all week. He's been just sludging around, being a little mud monster, haven't you, Josh? You've been coming back from training. Don't take off your shoes, grass and mud throughout the whole bloody house. God. I'm not much better, though.
Yep, House of Mario, and I'm just been stomping Goombas, and you get a bit smelly from it, so I apologize.
No, seriously, guys, get out. We'll catch you next week. Catch you later. The House of Mario, a Nintendo podcast, is proudly recorded in South Australia. It's hosted and produced by me, Drew Agnew, alongside my co-host, Josh, or JT if you like. Be sure to check out youtube.com/iDrewby, where I share all of my other content and stream the House of Mario live every Monday night at 8:30 p.m. Australian Central Standard Time. Join the Homestead Discord to be a part of our growing community, chat with fellow Nintendo fans, and get involved with the show through our mailbox channel. And don't miss JT's fortnightly Nintendo podcast, Nintendo Maniacs. Each episode features a brand new guest, and if you love the House of Mario, you'll feel right at home there too.